I promised a lot of off-the-wall stories. Uh, let's see if we can rapid fire these really quick because we got like
All right.
5 minutes
Why not?
left.
Sure,
Okay.
let's do that.
Irish teenager wins a National Science Award for a Deepfake Detector AI. He has been engineering this AI for the last 5 years. And he goes, while it is only as accurate as the current deepfake detection AI protocols that are used by Google, Twitter, and some other resources, he says his is 5 times faster.
Yeah.
So it's 5 times more efficient than the tools that are being used today to detect deepfake videos. Kind of a cool story. The full article is linked in the description if you want to read it. Very interesting read. The kid's 16 years old, and he's developing...
For 5 years, he's been developing
for 5 years, he's been developing his own homebrew neural network to detect deepfake videos. Really cool story. Micron breaks ground on their $15 billion US chip plant that should be opening in 2026. This is in Boise, Idaho, and is said to bring tens of thousands of jobs and will account for 40% of Micron's DRAM production volume globally by 2025.
Yeah.
So huge US investment by Micron for DRAM and potentially GDDR and other memory technologies. So very cool stuff there. Ubisoft says, we weren't ever fully invested in NFTs. Why would you think that? Other than the fact that we said it was the future of gaming as we know it. Yeah, we'll see if NFTs really answer the player's needs.
Gosh, that was horrible.
Who saw this one coming? South Korea.
Have your ape?
Yeah. South Korea hits Google and Meta with record-setting fines over privacy violations. So they have been fined 69.2 billion KRW, or around 50 million US dollars. That's Google's share, and about $22 million in Meta's share for privacy leaks from South Korea. Again, a very interesting story. This has everything to do with regulation and local laws not being followed by either of those conglomerates. So, again, if you're interested in privacy data, that kind of stuff, pretty interesting read.
Yep.
To Google and Meta, this is probably just the cost of doing business because they probably made more ad revenue in those countries than they did if they'd have followed all the laws. So it's kind of you can't punish the rich because you can't charge them enough. But hey, at least South Korea is trying. And finally, is that last story? No, 2 more stories.
No, 2 more.
The UK is challenging Microsoft's proposed $69 billion acquisition of Activision and Blizzard games, citing potential harm to gamers. Now, obviously, this was the largest concern of the acquisition here in the US, as Microsoft already has control of, well, let's just say PC gaming, as well as the Xbox space. And Activision Blizzard is one of the largest publishers and developers on the planet. And so the merger of these two companies with regard to streaming services, game streaming, game publication, even lockouts and exclusivity, the repercussions of this acquisition are huge. And while it may be getting a pass in the US, the UK may still not allow it. And as a global company, both of them being, you have to follow global laws. And if the UK says you can't merge, the merger may be halted. So something to keep an eye on here in the coming months. Finally, right to repair. A judge has allowed the McFlurry machine repair lawsuit to proceed, and I could not be happier. Now, we covered this as a right to repair issue probably 6-8 months ago, something like that, where a third-party company was making a module you can plug into the McDonald's McFlurry machine to read the diagnostic codes off of, very similar to an OBD2 port that you have on your car. It would tell you where the fault was, what the fault was, and the parts necessary to replace it, as well as the third party offering parts for sale, so individual franchisee owners could repair McFlurry machines and keep business moving. McDonald's as a corporation, not the franchise owners, but the corporation, had a contract exclusivity with the McFlurry machine provider, where the franchisee had to buy the hardware from this manufacturer and had to buy service from this manufacturer, which does seem like a conflict of interest if you're a franchisee, individually owned and operated franchise, as well as a blow to right to repair, as if I buy a piece of machinery, it is my right to be able to repair that machine through whatever means necessary. Are you reading the room, John Deere, Tesla, Apple? You best pay attention. Anyway, that third-party company, I'm drawing a blank on the name now. Taylor and Ketch. Ketch Devices. Kytch. Anyway, Ketch sued Taylor, which was the ice cream machine manufacturer, saying, we have a right to provide our customers with diagnostic data from your machines, and that no proprietary or industry secrets are being transmitted. We're simply reading the diagnostic report and giving our customers the information, and then selling them third-party parts, which are, again, totally legal. Well, a judge has allowed that lawsuit to continue, as Taylor and McDonald's both asked for dismissals. So, kind of big news in the right to repair, albeit in the foods industry, but this may have ramifications down the road for tech companies at large. Yeah. It could be a very precedent-setting case, so one to keep an eye on.
All right.
All right. It. I covered all that news in 7 minutes. Holy crap. It's like I read the articles or something.